Dr. Nemko, I'm so happy you're here. You don't know how happy. What's going on? Thanks for doing this show. And you want to talk today's show? You want to talk about beauty?
Yeah, because it's something I rarely talk about. When we were off the air, you said some pretty good I asked you for example of beauty, and you said sunrise and sunsets. That's pretty damn good. Start of another day, but it's also physically beautiful. And then I responded by saying a rose, a classic hybrid tea rose with the spiral form. That's to me a close-up of that is among. It's not nature's beauty because it's actually hybridized by men. Um, but it takes nature and brings it up to another level. So I consider the hybrid tea rose, especially the variety sheer elegance, to be one of the most beautiful things one could see.
You are well read. You read so see you're deeper than me because you're so well read. So when you asked me those questions earlier, I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. That's my story of my life, saying the wrong things or scared to
Me
say.
too. Me too. Believe me, reading a lot doesn't guarantee you guys pissing people off. I piss people off all the time
So what got you thinking about talking about beauty? You just abstract.
because it was
When
something
you do your shows, you just like, let's talk about this today.
well, I went and reviewed my last 20 articles, and I said, what's something I'd never talked about? And beauty was the only one that I hadn't talked about before. So, especially as we get older, we want to stay fresh. So I stay fresh by talking about something I'd never talked about before.
And Dr. Nemko, you don't have a rocking chair, do you? Because most people your age, they like just watching TV in the rocking chair, or whatever. You're doing videos like out like every day and whatnot. People should go to YouTube and watch Dr. Nemko's videos on YouTube.
I'm grateful that I have inherited from my father good health. And he worked into his 80s, and the only reason he stopped was because his boss closed up his business. I am still at 100%, and so I like to work all the time.
So why are you so sharp? Is it diet? Is you so well read? That's why you're so sharp at 75 years old?
Genes. My father was just like me. I am my father. I look like him, act like him, talk like him. No, just genes, that's all.
So
I eat all
someone
kinds of shit.
well, someone's less fortunate, they're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, the brightest bulb in the light bulb tray or something. You think that is genes also?
Absolutely. We don't like to talk about that because we're all dreaming and you can do it. Bullshit.
Wait, you
Most
don't believe in magical thinking? You don't believe in the power of the positive mind?
Not in the slightest. They talk about power poses, dreaming and you can do it, have a growth mindset. But when really there have been more rigorous studies about that, it's really bullshit. Any mother of two kids knows that their kid is born with a personality from even when they're in the womb, let alone right afterwards. And there was a major study that reached the cover of Time magazine about identical twins raised apart. So they were genetically identical, but had very different environments, and they were frighteningly the same 30 years later. They both ended up being firemen. They both ended up wearing big buckles. They both only drank Budweiser beer. It's amazing.
So people who have not accomplished much in life, whether they are teenagers or in their 60s and 70s, you think they should just flip the cards over? It's over. Just flip the cards over. The game is over.
They should accept their basic self and make the most of who they are. Instead of this, follow your dream. You can do it. You can be a professional musician. Go for it. You can learn AI. You can do it. The
I think the
smartest thing to do is to accept your basic self and put yourself in environments that bring out the best in who you are.
I think Dr. Dweck, I think her name is Carol Dweck or
Yeah,
something like
right.
that. She's out there in
Exactly. She's one of them. Right.
She's out there in California, but she talked about people have a fixed mindset and a growth
Yeah,
mindset.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have a fixed mindset. I say I'm a loser. I always will be a loser. What do? You just want to just throw in the towel and just go to
As
the
I said,
hemlock. What's the stuff they think they take Vicodin, whatever. They take drugs and kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or alcohol kill them.
there is something other than throw in the towel or dreaming you can do it. The in-between is accept your basic self. Some people are meant to be really good bricklayers. Other people are meant to be brain surgeons. And you need to know by the time you're sometimes even, believe it or not, it's 5 or 6 or 8, you could see whether you're a brain, whether you're physically strong, whether you are an artist, whether you are a people person. Those things don't change. And every mother you talk to, as I said, you will see that those kids haven't changed a whole lot from when they were kids. So the best you can do is not throw in the towel, but accept your basic self.
So you have a lot of young people and, middle-aged people, whatever. They say, listen, I'm up against the world. I'm up against robots. I'm up against AI. How am I going to survive in this new landscape that's coming upon us, hitting us like a ton of bricks, especially young people like a ton of bricks?
You won't unless you're brilliant, because AI is going to take away most of the relatively routine jobs. So you've got to ask yourself, the jobs that are not going to, rather than compete in that very rarefied atmosphere. Everybody I know from 16 to 86 is trying to learn AI. And you know what? Almost 1% of that are going to make a living doing it. Ask yourself, among the jobs that can't be AI'd, whether it be hair cutter or it be surveyor or welder or salesperson, because AI can do some selling, but there is something about the relationship piece. If you're a people person, I'm not. I'm an idea guy. I'm a brain guy. But if you are a people person and you have the ability to persuade people and get them to love you, there'll always be jobs for you. There'll always be the jobs for the hand. I am retarded when it comes to fixing anything. Once it gets beyond much the toilet paper, I'm calling a guy, because that's not my strength. I can't draw worth shit, but I can play the piano better than almost anybody. I was born with it.
I have seen you play on the video. So close out the show is that how can a person, no matter what their age is, become more in this era, AI era, become more human, a better human?
That's a great question, actually. Realize your limitations and don't try to be a know-it-all. Listen your ass off. Default to making people feel good about themselves. Not always. There's a time you want to hit them between the eyes. But most times, everything you say, you should prepare and say, is this going to make the person feel good about himself? That will enable you to collaborate with them, sell to them, boss them, etc. That's the key to being a better person, and recognizing that, yes, money matters. I saw your tagline. When I was young, I thought money was the only thing that mattered, but now I'm sure of it. I saw that Oscar Wilde thing on your signature line.
I sent you that before, Oscar Wilde. When I was
Yeah,
young, I
right.
thought money is the most important thing. Now that I'm older, I know that it is. Dr. Nemko,
To a certain
go ahead. To a certain what? You
to a
like money?
certain level, money matters. No,
No, money,
don't give a
money.
shit about money.
No, money goes right up there with air. Dr. Nemko, can I have you back sometime this year?
Time. You be well.
Thank you. And thank you for
Let
watching.
people
And thank you for
yeah.
watching. And, subscribing and liking. We'll see you soon.